Hey guys, now if you're looking for a security system that you're going to be able to run in your home without any kind of subscription, have local storage, have cloud access using your mobile phone, being able to see in nighttime like if it was daytime, you're going to want to check this one out because we're taking a look at the EufyCam S3 Pro 2 cam kit. And this is a 4K cam that is solar powered, or it could also be powered by wire, meaning that you can have this running 24/7. Let's go ahead and check it out. Now we have Eufy cams throughout our home, and some of the things that really sets the product apart is not just the fact that in many cases they're wireless, but they also have great video quality, especially with their night vision capabilities. Now today we're obviously looking at the Eufy 4K. This is the S3 Pro, and what I like about the solution is, first of all, it has the name, as you can see here, it is a 4K camera. It has also motion detection capabilities using both radar and PIR motion detection, which is going to give you really great performance when it comes to any areas that you mark within what the camera can see for motion detection. And not only will it detect motion, but it has that AI technology inside of that storage unit that basically can identify faces, and I have all of our faces tagged so that we know who's coming in through the door and when, and then also family, friends, and things like that. We also have human detection, which means it can detect a person if it cannot identify them. It also has vehicle detection, and then it also has pet detection. So it's going to give you a wide variety of ways that you can actually pick up the, again, any person or thing that may come through that area that you are watching and monitoring. The max color tech, that max color vision, is spectacular. Let me tell you, the camera, their cameras have the ability to show that like that grayscale infrared view at night. It does. But I have to say, why would you when you can see things in color at night? You heard that right. Why would you have that feature when you can see things in full color? So the max color vision really gives you daylight footage even in darkness, and it's pretty spectacular. And you can see, just a quick clip, but you're going to learn more about it later on in the video. The other thing that we have is a large battery. This is a large unit, 1,300 milliamp hour rechargeable battery. And as you can see, it has a built-in solar panel. And if that solar panel isn't enough, it also has a backup solar panel that you can have, especially if you're under an awning. It basically leverages Solar Plus 2.0, which means that you're going to be able to get a larger solar panel. It's going to charge your unit faster. So we're talking about 1 hour per day to keep this unit fully charged. Think about that, especially as you start going into the winter months. You may have less sunlight, or the sun may not be hitting your unit as it does in the summer. All these things can change, and having just 1 hour is all you need in order to keep your unit charged is something that's important. Now, that home base that has that AI tech inside of it can be expanded up to 16 terabytes of storage. And to me, that's spectacular as well, because you don't have to pay for a subscription. You can have everything stored locally, and you can have access to that in the highest quality possible. In addition, just like in the movies, it has this cross-camera tracking so that as a person's moving, you can actually track them from camera to camera if they go off one to another. And then you have Pro Audio, which for me is a game changer as well, because as you're talking to folks, you don't have a walkie-talkie-like system where you basically have to do like a you speak and then you let go and then you hear them. It's duplex. So that means that I can be talking at the same time as the other person's talking, and I don't have to miss anything or have each other speak over each other because you don't hear what's going on. The last feature that this guy has is a alarm, a loud siren. We're talking about 100 dB siren. And I actually use that in our home. We go into what I call guardian mode at night, around 10, 11 o'clock at night. We basically go in guardian mode, and it is basically any kind of motion. It lets the person know that they're being recorded, and it lets everybody else know that they shouldn't be there. And I use this on vacation. I use this every day, and I have it turn off at a certain time in the morning when I leave the home for work. So a lot of great features here that set this product apart, and for that matter, the full ecosystem. So you see this little thing here is a storage unit, which has a hard drive expansion enclosure where you can store all your videos here. You can move things to the cloud of that nature as well. And these also work with solar as well as regular power. you're looking at the fact, and if let's take a look at some of these specs right here, at least the pop-outs that they're showing here. So you'll notice that you can have standard power, emergency power. It has also this tracking ability, right? So it can track various things. Ours tracks cats, tracks dogs, tracks people, tracks everything, cars. So you have a lot of stuff that's going on here. And what we're going to do is take a look at some of the other ones that are right here. Now, on the top here, you'll see that it has this Bionic AI, Bionic Mind AI. It has smart audio, noise reduction. It has two-way audio. It has face recognition. It also has live viewing and recording history, security reports, 24/7 snapshot capabilities, instant notifications, and cross-cam tracking. In other words, if the people move from one camera to another, they pick up for each other. And obviously it works both with Google and Android, or actually Apple type devices. And you'll notice that it's certified with Alexa, the Google platform, and also Apple Home, which when you think about the Apple Home piece and just all these pieces right here, it really just means that this is going to tie into any kind of home automation platform that you may have. On the back here, you will see even more of what you can expect, and you're going to see all these things in the box. So you're going to have the actual cameras, the actual, I would say, hub itself, some Ethernet cables, power cords, some mounting systems, and just everything that you need in order to have a very enjoyable system. Now, the other cool thing about this is that if you do happen to want to have, the solar panel only version, this doesn't require a lot of power. Literally, you basically have batteries here that are 13,000 milliamp hours that keep this camera running year round. As you see here, 1 hour of direct sunlight will keep it fully charged and compatible with Now the solar power. Now, from a solar power perspective, I have several of mine also running in solar because I don't have any power close by. And the solar panel plus the battery, which is 13,000 milliamp hours, is going to give you, I have never extinguished mine because literally with just 1 hour of power, you're able to, again, get enough for what you need for that day. I've literally have been running mine, I don't know for how many days now, it's probably half a year, and I've never run any issues. And I have a lot of alerts and a lot of motion going on ours. So that's pretty neat. Okay, so let's take a look at what's in the box. Now, some very thoughtful packaging here. Let's go ahead and open this up so you can see how things are set up, and I'm going to move things around a little bit. So the first thing that you'll see here, try to move this away from the camera, is you're going to see kind of like a step-by-step guide that's built into the actual cover. Now, we'll go ahead and ignore that for a second, and we'll go here so we can see what's in the box. You have your cameras, and these are beefy cameras. They're heavy, and they have a little protective film that you'll want to take off right here. So when you'll take this off when you actually mount them, and you can see that this is Eufy 4K, and you can see right here it has kind of the solar panels built in right here. So you don't have to have anything extra in order for this to work, which I really like a lot here. Now we're going to go ahead and put this over to the side, and we're going to move this other camera over to the side. And now remove this so you can see what's here. There doesn't seem like there's anything in here. Let's just double check this. I'm discovering what's inside with you. And no, it looks like this is all. I thought that it may have something because of this area, but that's not the case. So put that over to the side. Here you have that home base, right? And we'll see what this is all about. I'll show you how this works. I have one already installed. And then what we're going to do is see that we have a whole bunch of cables in here. Let's go ahead and move this box out of the way. And it looks like there's some solar panel too. Now there's a lot here in the packaging that I just wanted to highlight. First of all, you have this mounting options that you have here. You can see you have 3 mounting brackets here. And then what you have behind here is all your cables. So you have your Ethernet cable, you have screws, mounting screws, literally everything that you're going to need to get this going, right? I sometimes choose to use some existing brackets that I have outside, and here's the power cord, but this power cord is for the actual kind of storage solution that we have right there. So I'm going to go ahead and put this back in here. We'll put this over to the side and then focus on some of the other aspects of what we have. Now in the box, you also have this backup solar panel. And as you can see here by the illustration, if we have to mount the camera underneath like an awning like this, or gutters, which I do, then what you could do is you can have the solar panel here on the top so that you can actually power it and not have to worry about not having direct sunlight coming to these solar panels. But that's just one thing that is optional that you can choose. Now this little guy here is kind of what I consider the storage brain of the system. So if you push right here, this is going to pop up like this, and you'll notice here that you have additional storage. So you'll be able to put in a hard drive in here. I would prefer a solid state drive that would go in here. The really small ones is what you would use. And then this is going to expand your storage even more. So it does come with some base memory in here, and then once you put the hard drive in, it expands it even further to the capacity of the drive that you install. In the back, you'll also notice that you have some additional connectivity. So here you have your Ethernet, and here you have two USBs, one USB 1 and one USB 2, and then you have your syncing button, which is what you'll press when you want to get these cameras synced for the very first time. All right, so now let's take a look at the app, and you can see everything that's going on here. So I went ahead and I'm inside the app now, taking a look at my, again, what it's being recorded. I have one of the cameras mounted. I have another one pointing in a different location, but look at how much area this covers. It covers such a wide coverage here, which I really, really love, and I can zoom in 2 to 3x. And if you look at the detail that's there, look at that. And the cool thing about this is standard brightness. So this isn't, super brightness, but this is a standard brightness. Not only can I see, and it's 8 o'clock at night, it's also, I can hear what's going on there as well. I have some rotation modes. We'll see if this will be picked up in the recording, but I can rotate it, and then it's large screen, right? And again, you have the same kind of detail there. You then on the very bottom have the ability to record, hear or not hear the sound, have a two-way conversation with someone. You have also, enable the lights or not. You have playback settings or playback there. And then you also then have events and screenshot. Let's see if we had any events. I don't think we had any events picked up from this camera. It's been a little slow today. And there are no events today, right? So nothing has been picked up, and I don't think anything has been picked up. No, it hasn't. Oh, wait a minute. Is there? There was an alarm. There was an alarm because I was touching it and I was doing some adjustments yesterday. All right, so let's get back out. A couple other things that you can do here. We're going to go into settings. And here you can see your camera. You can see, if it's power or not, what the power source is, Wi-Fi is connected. You can set up your motions. You can set up motion sensitivity, your activity zones, and you can define those. And you'll see here in a second, my activity zone is defined. So you can see by that area right there, that's been defined as my activity zone, which covers my grass and also covers where the cars are. Go over here, you have different recognitions. You have human recognition, where it's by face, human detection, vehicle detection, pet detection, then you have other. I have my family logged, certain visitors that come often so I know who they are. All that is registered. And then you can see from the detection zone, I have from low to high. There's a heat map function that I don't have right now, but if I had data, it would you can go ahead and collect that, but it doesn't work for me. Motion test zone, so you can test how the motion detector works. You can also then look at, for example, power management. Right now I'm at 100%, and you can determine what type of surveillance you want. Optimal surveillance for battery, optimal surveillance because I want it to be aware of everything that's going up. And then you notice that there is a video clip can be up to 60 seconds. Then you have a customization area where you can define whatever you want. And sometimes it's going to be happy medium. I use the optimal surveillance. That's fine for me. You have anti-theft, which means if someone takes a camera off or touches it, it will go off. You have a snapshot generation. You can set your video settings here. Streaming quality, I have it to auto, and then ultra 4K. Night vision is standard. But you can change it to other things. Like, for example, right now it's standard, but I can actually go into daylight. And we're going to see what that looks like in a second, right? So we're going to say daylight set as default. So it's going to change things, right? It's going to go to that, and we'll see what the difference looks like. But it makes things a lot brighter. And then you have over here, which is spotlight. I don't like it too much. And then you have infrared, which I don't really care for, especially because this camera has such good quality. So the night vision set to daylight, and then over here you have privacy zones that you can set that the camera will not record. Let's go back out one more spot so we can see what it looks like now. All right, so this is the daylight mode. I don't know, guys. I can't really tell that there's much of a difference, but I will tell you that that looks good. That looks really, really good. Again, this is nighttime. You see the cars passing by and the lights illuminating the grass, but I think that that looks great. You can set your recording quality as we saw. You can also then set your privacy zones. You can set up next your privacy zones, which means, you know, areas that you don't want any recording to take place. In the audio settings area, you can set your microphone, auto record, speaker, and your speaker volume. And then what you can then do is set up your notifications. I have include a thumbnail in mine, and it's going to be for motion alerts. You can share the device. You can, and also in general, you can enable the LED, which I have. I like the little light blinking because it lets people know that they're being recorded, and it's a great theft deterrent. I don't really like to surprise people and say, hey, I got a recording of you. I want you to know that you're being recorded so you don't do bad things. So those are the things that you can do. But you can see app has a lot of power, and then also the fact that if you have their entire ecosystem like I do, this basically just opens things up so much. Now, the Eufy security system also includes web access. Now, the web access is not as, I would say, as robust as what I see in the app itself, because it's really designed to work with an app. But it does give you some great options when it comes to being able to access and see the overall quality of the kind of video that you're going to get from the cameras. All right, so we kicked in the playing again. You can just see how much of the area is being picked up, and then also how much detail is there. And I typically wouldn't get this kind of detail from any other camera. And I can see that this is live. So first of all, you can see the clock on the top ticking away. I can see the actual security system on my son's car right here flashing so that you can see that this is live. And then you can see cars over here passing by. But the night vision on this is pretty spectacular. You could switch it, as you saw, to the other mode where it's going to be like the IR mode. But why would you when you can get this type of quality? So this is, again, really cool. And you can access all your cameras. And again, I have, what is it now, 5 cameras. Actually, I have 6. The other one I don't have it enabled yet. But this will give you a sense of what kind of experience you can get from the web app. It gives you a really nice view of the actual quality that you get as well. So guys, that wraps up our review. See you in the next video.